Hi class, this is William. In this very short video, I just need to finish up the different forms of false logic for the course. The last one is quibble. In quibbling, the dictionary definition is it's an evasion of or shift from the point. In common usage, quibbling is to say something that, while technically true, is meant to deceive. So, for example, a teenager arrives home at 1 in the morning and mom says, "Where were you?" The child responds, "I was at the library." Yeah. They went to the library at 5, met their friends, and by 5:15 they were off at the party. As a teenager walks to their room, they kind of chuckle to themselves and think, well, technically, I didn't lie. I did go to the library. Knowing full well that they had deceived their mother. That was their intent and the effect. The last thing I want to talk to you about on this video is something called the fallacy of fallacies. Now, this is not on the exam, but it is a cautionary tale. A common mistake that people make is they believe that because a conclusion came from false logic, the conclusion must be false, and that is not the case. So fallacy of fallacies is claiming that because an argument was false logic, the conclusion must be false. This claim itself is false logic. Just because a conclusion is built on bad logic, that means that you shouldn't trust the logic. The conclusion itself may still be true. It doesn't disprove the conclusion. It disproves the logic of this particular argument. So, for example, we're going to make real easy, obvious examples. 100% of people believe that water is wet. Everybody knows that is common sense, so therefore you should know and believe that water is wet. Now, the logic here that is being used in this particular argument is an ad populum fallacy. You're asked to believe it simply because everybody else believes it. The conclusion that water is wet, though, is still true. Just because it's bad logic doesn't make the conclusion untrue. So I hope that this helps. If you haven't watched the other video, the longer video on false logic, please be sure to do that. And as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much.